Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Lisa's Coloring Corner. Today I wanted to color out of a Jade summer book for Jade in June, which is a color along between myself and Shelleen from the Coloring Book Nook and John from the Bibliophile Colorist. And I will link both of those channels down below in the description. So the first picture I wanted to color for June for this color along is, of course, a mandala. So this is the mandala coloring book. It's called Magical Mandalas. And I thought we would do this one. Let me try to get this flattened out a little bit. This is a very thick book. There's a lot of mandalas in here. So yeah, now I wasn't sure what colors to go with, so I got out my handy dandy little book. I have two of these. There's two volumes to this. It's by Jim Krause. I will link this down below. Matter of fact, let me make a note of that. Link color index, because I really like these, and I am going to link a video that I had made, oh, it was probably a couple months ago, on trying to come up with color schemes for your pictures. So I had showed, and I kind of went into detail, some of these books that I have, and then a coloring app that is called Marker Match. I'm not sure if that is available yet on Android. I cannot remember the comments that I had gotten on that video, if it was available on Android or not. And maybe it wasn't then and it is now. But it is available on iOS because I do use Apple products. But when you input, and all of the pictures, all of the color schemes in the front do not necessarily always have what I'm going to show you back here. These actually have, instead of red, green, and blue values, they actually have the hex number. So you don't have to put in all of these values like you do up here. And if you go into the app, you will find a place where you put the red, the green, and the blue values, which is what is, let me zoom you in a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. There are reds, greens, and blue values for each color that's in here. That's kind of a bad example because they're kind of dark here. Let's get brighter. So yeah, the red, greens, and blues. And in the app, there is a place to put this red value, green value, and blue value that would equal that particular color. And in that app, you then can pick whether you want to find out the value of that for a Prismacolor Premier pencil. I believe Polychromos is in there. The Copics are in there, and that's what I used it for. And I went back here because you'll notice there's no hex values when you look at these values up here. But if you go to the back of the book, and it's not that you can't use any of these, you just have to put in the red, greens, and blues all as 3 separate values for each color. Back here is called Browser Safe, and these colors back here have actual hex values. So you don't have to put in 3 different numbers. You can actually just put in the hex value for that particular color. So it saves you, you know, a little bit of inputting of numbers. Okay, so the color palette that I picked out of here, and I haven't used this book in a while, so I thought, this would be kind of interesting. Okay, where's the page? Here we go. I thought, well, maybe I'll use this particular color palette. It has a kind of a cerulean blue, a purple, a darker tealy kind of green, and then a lighter green. And so, okay, I will use this color palette. So I inputted these hex values one at a time into the app and chose Copic and all 4 of those colors, and it came up with these colors that I should use in the Copic markers. So I'm going to be using B97, which is night blue, V28, which is eggplant, that's a real deep purple, BG57, which is jasper, and BG75, which is abyss green. Okay, so I am going to pull out those colors. I'm going to zoom you back out. I will get those colors out. I should have done that ahead of time. And I have my Copic case up here. So B97. I hope my head's not in the way. Where's my B97? There we go. Okay, so that's one. Then V28. BG57. Nice, pretty tealish kind of color. And BG75. And that's kind of a deep green. So we will see how this matches up. Now, I may want to pull in, you know, maybe another color that would be a little bit lighter. I don't know. I guess we'll have to just see as we go. Like the body here, I may do in just a gray or something. I'll have to see. So, okay, after saying all that, how is everybody doing? I should have, before I get talking, I'm going to swatch out each one of these colors on this sheet of paper so I know what color I'm dealing with, rather than just by the name. I can kind of see it then. Okay, and yeah, they're pretty close to the app that I showed you, or I mean the color scheme that was in the book. Okay, so the lightest one we have is jasper. Darkest one is kind of the night blue. So I think I will go, what should we go on the inside? Maybe the purple. And I am going to have to shift the book around. I'll zoom you back in a little. Is that far enough? Yeah, I think that is great, plenty. Okay, so yeah, how is everybody doing? I am recording this on Saturday afternoon, and because it is June 1st, I am hoping I can get this edited and rendered up onto YouTube yet today, so I can publish it yet today. Excuse me. And because this is Amazon paper, this paper is very, very thirsty. It needs a drink of water. And so you really have to be careful with alcohol markers, because you can bleed out of the lines extremely easy, which I always seem to do. Even when I try not to color right up to the black line, because you know it's going to spread out a little. It's like, it still does. Goes over the line. Oh well. All right, so then we'll do the other side. Anybody doing anything this weekend? The weather actually has turned nice again today. I was going to spray for weeds yesterday, and I was talking about this in another color chat that will be going up after this, but Was going to spray for weeds yesterday until Thursday night I seen what the forecast was supposed to be. And we had rain coming in. And of course, when you spray for weeds, it's not supposed to, you don't want rain for a couple of days. And so I didn't spray for weeds yesterday. And yeah, it rained and stormed. We had gotten some thunderstorms throughout the evening, and it was still raining this morning. So yeah, seeing as how I could not do the spraying for the weeds, I thought, well, I'm going to mow them this weekend. And so I really couldn't do that either. Let's go in with the night blue. So I am hoping, because the sun, like I said, is out now, but we're much, much cooler. And that's why the storms came, because there was a cold front that moved in. I mean, it was so gorgeous yesterday. We were in the 80s. And now today we're in the 60s. Can't win. And it's actually supposed to be cooler yet tomorrow. So probably no wearing shorts for me if I have to get that lawn mowed tomorrow. Which, as you know, is something I love to do, so. But I have a lot of stuff to get done tomorrow, so wanted to get as many videos made today as I could. I just recorded a color and chat before this, and I have one more I want to get done, and that is for the other color along I am involved with this month, and that is for fairies. So I may kill two birds with one stone and color out of a Jade Summer fairy book because they're so cute, but I don't know, because I have a lot of different fairy books, so I may do a grayscale one with marker. I haven't done one of those yet, so I'm a little leery. Especially if I do it on camera. Could be a total flop. You ever get leery when you haven't tried something yet? And you're like, oh, I don't want to ruin that picture, that beautiful picture in that book. I get so intimidated if it's something I haven't done yet. And it, is quite, especially if it's detailed. And then to try it for the first time on camera, it really intimidates me. Don't want you guys to think I don't know what I'm doing, even though I don't always know what I'm doing. Yes. I'm going to go in with the lighter blue now. So we'll see how this color palette works out for this picture. But yeah, I do really like them books. Both volume 1 and 2 are really neat. They just, each book gives you additional color palettes. So if you ever are wondering, what colors can I put together, especially on designs and mandalas, yeah, a book like that would really help you out. Or you can just go on Pinterest. Designseeds.com has just a gazillion different color palettes that, you can look up to. It's design-seeds.com, or you can just go on Pinterest and do a search for color palettes, and you'll find a ton of them. I have a bunch saved in a what do you call them? Not a playlist. In a what do they call them on Pinterest? You can tell I haven't made one for a while. Good heavens. Well, you know what I mean. Everybody's on Pinterest, right? I don't go on there as much as I used to. I used to always be on there, especially for recipes. Recipes and coloring. Them are the main two things that I go on there for. Every once in a while, I'll look for something else, but those are the main things. Oh, it's looking kind of neat so far. Not bad. Definitely not colors I would have typically picked out, and that's why I kind of like sometimes using a book like that, because it typically will give you color palettes that you normally would have never thought of yourself. Let me see. Okay, let's go with the Abyss green, and then we'll put the purple on the outside. So, Abyss green. Is it Abyss or Abyss? I think it's Abyss, right? You go down to the abyss in the ocean. Let me get you centered here. Matter of fact, isn't there a movie called The Abyss? Oh yeah, I'm sure there is. I remember it. It was a pretty good movie. Older movie, but it was pretty good. Can't remember exactly what it was about, but I remember I liked it. Uh-oh. Okay, Bella, calm down. Calm down, please. She was going nuts yesterday because, and that's why I didn't record much yesterday. I went out and enjoyed the beautiful weather a little bit, and because over at the Catholic school here across the street, or kitty corner up the street, it was Parents' Day. So there were cars parked up and down my street, and all these people coming, and yeah, she was kind of going a little nutso. So I would barely get a recording started, and I know she'd be barking. I'd go calm her down, start recording again, and I know she'd be barking again. So I knew it didn't even pay. All right, and then we will go back in with the eggplant. Can you guys see, or is my hand in the way? That's why I had posed the question in a previous video, if you preferred me recording from straight up, or I had showed you what it would look like if I recorded from the side a little bit. But you guys, the vast majority of you, I think with the exception of one, and I'm sorry if you're the one, said you all prefer the direct overhead view. I think, yeah, I think one of you said the side view was better, but again, I apologize if you're the one. But I kind of went with the majority. So I am still recording from up above. That's kind of the easiest way for me to set up too. And then everything's not cockeyed like it would be if I recorded from over on the side. So I think it overall works better being directly overhead, but I know many people, actually probably the majority of the people, record from the side on a tripod. Hello, Misty. There's my Smurf kitty. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll have to look at a previous color and chat on how Maddie decided to make her all blue. Which video was that now that I explained that all in? I'm trying to think. It was a color and chat. Or maybe it was the one I haven't even put up yet. Oh my gosh. Because I recorded one out of the new Sun Life drawing book. The Animal Stencils book. That's really pretty. I like that. Yeah. Okay, so what should we do for the bottom parts? So we got 3 things here. Let's do the 3, well, the blues and greens. We'll start with the darkest on the inside. And that was Abyss Green. Hello, Misty. And then we will go to the darker blue, and that was Night Blue. Very appropriately named. So yeah, Maddie, if you haven't seen that other video, or I haven't posted it yet, I'm sorry. Maddie got into some of my acrylic paints. And I had just checked on her not that long before it. And yeah, she got into my paints. And of course it had to be one of my deepest, darkest blues. It was kind of a cross between these 2 colors. It was a turquoise, but a very dark turquoise. And she had like 4 bottles of blue paint out. And of course she had to pick the darkest to, yeah, put all over Maddie. Okay. I think I'm going to go back with that green, go around this. So I'll do purple in the middle. Yeah, so Maddie. Misty is still blue. Not near as bad as she was. It's slowly coming out. At least her fur isn't all stiff and yeah, I had attempted washing her and drying her off, and I brushed her, and oh Lord. But yeah, I go into more detail. That was just a real quick synopsis. Oh my heavens, I was so upset. Spent an hour and a half steam cleaning my carpet because it was all over. I still didn't get it all out. And that was with my little handheld steam cleaner because Heather has my big steam cleaner. So I am going to try. Oh, heavens, dog, come on. Oh my gosh. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Oh, that silly, silly dog was barking away because Bob came back and he had my car, which Bella does not recognize yet. It's, you know, relatively new. Yeah, Jasper, okay. So yeah, she was barking at Bob coming home. She's like, will you quit changing cars up on me? And I gotta learn a whole new vehicle. So, yeah, and it's 5 o'clock. It's about supper time, but I'm gonna eat after I get this done. I'm not real hungry yet, so. I hear the neighbor mowing. I probably should be out there mowing today, and then I wouldn't have to mow it tomorrow. Grass should be dry by now because it stopped raining quite a number of hours ago, and now the sun is out, so it's actually kind of nice out there. It's supposed to be even colder tomorrow, so maybe after I'm done with this and I eat, maybe I'll mow yet tonight. I was gonna make, it's kind of like a breakfast casserole in the slow cooker. And I was doing my color and chat earlier before this picture. And I happened to think it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, oh crap. I was supposed to get that stuff in the slow cooker. Totally forgot it was a slow cooker meal. or a crock pot. Is there a difference between a crock pot and a slow cooker? Anyhow. And then I looked at the directions again, and I'm assuming because there's, you know, like a dozen eggs in this thing that you put in there raw, you know, just mixed with a little milk. It's with breakfast sausage and hash browns and cheese. The thing's got to cook on low for 6 to 8 hours. So guess what? We're not having that for supper tonight. So I'm going to make it tomorrow night. We're just going to find whatever. There's a piece of leftover Mexican lasagna that I made. So I'll just have that. And Bob's going to have some eggs or something. So when he gets back and decides he... oh, shoot. I meant to do... No, that'll work. Decides that he wants supper, then I will pause this video and go make him some supper. No, I was going to do the dark blue. Make up your mind, Lisa. Make up your mind. Okay. Turn you around. So yeah, it's just kind of a free-for-all for supper then tonight. Eat up some stuff in the fridge. Better than McDonald's, right? Plus there's some cut up watermelon in the fridge yet that has to get eaten up. So that'll be my dessert. Love fruit. Pretty much any kind of melon, but watermelon's probably my least favorite out of the melons. I still really like it, but honeydew and cantaloupe, especially honeydew. Any kind of honeydew melon. Ooh, ranks right up there with my very favorite fruit, which is Bing cherries. Cannot wait. They're just starting to come in season around here, but they're extremely expensive right now. Like $3 or $4.99 a pound. And even though I like them so much, I don't pay that. No. It's just a little bit too much. Just like I love it when later in the year when all the sweet corn is available around here, because the neighbors right down the street have a whole bunch of vegetables from there. They have a farm out in the country that they have a big garden that they plant every year, and then they bring a lot of that into town here and set up a stand, which is half a block away. And so we go down there and get some sweet corn, and they have kohlrabi, huge kohlrabis, and I love kohlrabi. I just eat it raw. Worst part about kohlrabi is peeling it. Then I cut it up into sticks, kind of like steak fries. That's what they look like. Put them in water and I just eat them raw. They remind me of kind of like a cross between a potato and a rutabaga. It's not as hard as a rutabaga. It's softer like a potato, but yet it tastes kind of like a rutabaga, if that makes any sense at all. All right, let's see, what colors? I think I want to do purple around the outside again, so it's kind of like this. So maybe I'll do the main part of this, the lighter blue, and then we'll do darkers around there. Darker colors. All right, let's take it from the side, because I hate it when I color and my hand is in the way. Although, again, I'm assuming many of you are not watching me anyhow. that you're doing your own thing. I had mentioned quite a while ago in a past color and chat, I had posed the question, how many of you hang on to the tins that your colored pencils and whatnot come in? Because I have all of mine. And I'm like, oh, they are taking up so much room in my filing cabinet. I have the original Prismacolor tin, which I don't even think you can get anymore, because my Prismacolors are from many, many years ago, when they were still made here in the States. So yeah, I got that old tin, and that's when they just came in the 132 set. They, I don't believe, even had a 150 set at that time. I bought the rest all separately once they did come out with the new colors, like the Deco colors, Deco Peach and Deco Pink. All of those were not in the original set. But so I have that tin, and I have the tins from all the Faber-Castell products. The Holbein box, which is relatively big. What else do I have in there? So yeah, I asked you guys, and many of you said that, I think the vast majority of you guys said that, no, you don't keep them. And I don't know, I never had the heart to throw them away. What if I need them for something? And because I really need the room, I was going to put some diamond painting stuff or something in that drawer. I think I may actually be ready to throw them all out. It's hard. It's hard. Okay, I'm going to do the purple on the outside first so I can kind of determine what I want to do on the inside. Once I see what this looks like. So yeah, that should clear up some space for me, because those are taking up quite a bit of room. I'm trying to think what all is in there. Because I have the Faber-Castell Polychromos. I have the Faber-Castell Albrecht Dürer. I have the Faber-Castell Pitt pastel pencils, not pens. I have the Pitt pens too, but so there's 3 tins right there, and then the Prismacolor and the Holbeins. So yeah, that's taken up a lot of room in there. So I think maybe before the garbage comes on Monday, I will go ahead and throw those all out. Unless somebody out there wants them. I can't, you know, I was trying to think if there was anything that I could use them for, because they're nice tins, but I couldn't really think of anything that I would really want to keep them for. Alrighty. So I think I'm going to use this dark blue. Well, no, I don't have that dark green anywhere, so I think I'll go with the dark green. Maybe I'll put purple in the inside then. Okay, and then go in with the green. We shall go to the abyss again. Is there anything, I was going to ask you guys this. Is there anything that you guys can think of that you would like me to talk about during the coloring chats? Always looking for ideas. So you can let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I did just purchase this book, and I showed this in my previous color and chat, but this one will be out before that one. And it's 3,000 would you rather questions. And yeah, some of these, I mean, there's 3,000 of them. So we would just start from number 1, and we would just keep going. And again, that'll be whenever I run out of stuff to say. So, some of those are really, you know, I hear others do some of them, both in the coloring chats and in the diamond painting in chats, although they call them drill with me's. Kind of the same principle, but you're diamond painting at the same time they are, and then they talk while they diamond paint. A lot of the diamond painters get lists of questions similar to that off the internet. And I did do that in a previous video. I have a printout of some questions I found, but I thought actually having a little book like that would be kind of nice. Okay, what should we do for the body? Maybe alternating gray and black? How does that sound? Let's get the 100 black, and then which gray? I think I'll use a cool gray. Or maybe I won't use black. Maybe I'll just use a light gray and a dark gray. Let's try C4 and C7. C7 and C4. And I think I'm going to use the small nib on this. Because again, I don't think when you use the small nibs, not near as much color comes out as when you use the brush nib. And the ink doesn't spread as easy. Yeah, definitely I can tell already. And much easier to get into smaller places, although those brush nibs can really get into some teeny places that even these brush nibs can't. So, I mean, the brush nibs are handy too, but there. Ooh, I like that. Alrighty, and then we'll go in with the darker gray, which probably on camera looks black. Yeah, for the most part. But not quite. Told Bob to let me know when he wanted supper, because I think he's going to want to eat soon. He's working on changing some tires and greasing things up, and that's why he had to run into town. He had to go in and get some grease fittings or something. I don't know. I don't claim to know anything about cars. But it sure is nice to have a mechanic around. Alrighty, okay, so now we got the butterfly done. And I really do like this color combo. That worked out really well. What do you guys think? Okay, I am wondering though if I should go now with a different color palette for the outside so that the butterfly sticks out. Let's get out our 100 and I'm going to zoom you back out. And I'm not going to take the time because I'm using the phone for recording, so I can't use the app, unfortunately, to figure this out. Let's get to the 4 colors. And let's see what we can find that would look nice for the background. I don't really want these. That's 3 color. I wonder how many colors I would need. 4 would be better, I think. Let's see what we can find. Here's some 4 colors. Here we got pink, dark orange, light orange, and purple. That's pretty dark though. I think I want some lighter colors. Let's see, up here are some bright colors. I know. Hurry up, Lisa. Hurry up. Pick something. Pick something. There's only 2 colors, so I want to go by the 4 colors. But yeah, I want something lighter, and yet something that would go with that. Unless I just pick lighter tones, but well, this is kind of pretty. I don't know if I would use the green though, because there's that in there. But we could go with, you know, pinks, different shades of pinks. And let me see. Let's look at the chart. So I could use like, I don't think I want to use all pinks, but maybe pinks and sky blues. Why don't we go with RV 13, and I'm just pulling this out of the air. It just kind of gave me an idea. RV 13 and a darker pink. RV 09, which is kind of a magenta. Oh shoot, that's one that I have to refill yet. Darn. Okay, we won't go with that one. We'll go with RVs. Let's see. We said what? 13? That's quite a jump. Alrighty, RV 13. Maybe we'll go with a mauve. Let's go with R85. I should have done this ahead of time, right? You like spur of the moment decisions, don't you? All right, now a couple of blues. So I think we'll go with a real light blue, like B32. And a little bit darker, but not a whole lot. B32 and maybe B24. Well, let's go with that. B24. We'll try it. Some pinks and blues. Okay, now that we finally got that decided, I am going to draw these again out on my paper so I can see the colors. Just helps me so that I can actually visualize, if that makes any sense at all. I think these two are going to be too close together. I might have to get a little bit, either a darker blue or a much lighter blue, because yeah, they're too similar. So I had B32. How is B21 instead? Glad I swatched them out on here. There, that's better. So we'll take B21 and B24. Okay. Alrighty, now that we got the colors, let's see. We'll start with the heart, and I'll do the darker pink. I'll use the fine nib on this. Zoom you back in. Okay, that took a while, huh? Sorry. Picking colors is hard work. And I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do so that it kind of went with the butterfly, but yet didn't. Does that make any sense whatsoever? And then, well, maybe I'll do all of that in the pinks and then go in with the blues for the background. So this is a lighter pink. Then maybe the background I will do, let me get these other colors out of the way. This part of the background I think I'm going to do in the light blue. And yeah, I hope this looks okay against the butterfly. Time will tell. The previous color and chat that I did was out of the 3D butterfly. I had done a flip through of the, I had 3 3D books by the same author, illustrator. So I did, well, it was about an hour and a half color and chat out of that, and that's probably going to be up early next week. And I really ended up not liking what I did to the picture near the end. And I guess it looks okay, but it was before that looking just gorgeous. And well, we don't always do. I mean, we don't always love everything we color, right? Overall, the picture still looked okay, but I don't know. You'll have to let me know when you see that video. So yeah, I hope to get this one up today yet. It is getting, like I said, after supper time, and it takes so long for these longer videos first to copy over and then get them in the editor and then save it after you're done editing. It's all, then you get to finally get it up to YouTube. So yeah, it's kind of a, takes a few hours, like, well, for these longer ones probably a good 3 hours to get it up. Okay, and then I think around that we'll go with the darker blue, and I'm going to use the fine nib for this again. Oh, maybe I should have switched and went back to the pink. Oh well. And then again, maybe all of these colors are on the outside should have just been lighter versions of that. I don't know. We always second guess ourselves, don't we? It's like, oh, maybe I should have done that. Oh, I don't like that. Maybe I should have done that. At least I do. I don't know about you. Especially if I end up not liking some colors together. Something's like, oh, should have went with that color. But it's too late now. And once I start something, whether I screwed up on something, whether I don't like how it's looking, unless I totally botch something up, I always finish them anyhow. I have a few pictures where I was just testing some things out, and those I never bothered finishing because I was just, you know, testing either a bunch of different colors or different mediums to see how it would work on some paper or something like that. So yeah, those I didn't finish. But other than that, I usually always finish a picture when I start it. I very rarely have, other than the picture I am currently coloring, that's about the only whip that I have. Because, yeah, when I start something, I like to finish it. That's why when I see these other YouTubers who, or color tubers, I should say, who show all their whips, I'm like, oh my heavens, that would drive me crazy. My brain couldn't handle that. I'll have to finish something. No, I mean, there are some times where I may work on a couple things at a time, especially like I did one part so far of the Johanna Basford picture out of World of Flowers with my Prismacolor pencils, and so that one's going to take quite a while. So that one is a whip, and I haven't managed to get back to it yet. But I do want to do another color and chat for that book pretty soon. I just wanted to make sure I got up a color and chat for both Jade and June and Fun with Fairies. Okay, let's go with the darker pink here. So yeah, I am hoping that after I get these up, I think there's one or two other color chats I want to do, but then I want to get back to the Johanna Basford picture, because it is also Creative Haven month with Zoe, and I love Creative Haven. I know there's a big color along every year in August for Creative Haven, and I love that. But seeing as how she is doing it this month, I want to color a couple of those pictures too for the month. I really enjoyed her Colortronics month last month for the month of June, because I have both the Colortronics book, and if you've seen my video, what I colored in May, I showed the pictures. I did, what, 3 or 4 of them? And some of those take quite a while to do. That peacock, oh my heavens, that one took quite a while. A lot of colors in some of them, and they can get quite detailed. Oh my, you should see what I'm coloring right now in the living room. Oh, Hannah. Okay, let's go with the lighter pink then. I think I will use the brush tip over here. It is, I don't know if you've ever seen me show on my channel the circle mosaics, and then there's squares and hexagons, and they're color by number books, and I just love them. And recently I got one for cats and one for dogs, but they're squares. Oh, they're very tiny squares. Yeah, I've been working on that cat picture for a number of hours today, and I may be 1/32 done. Not very far, in other words. And it is not printed real good, so it's really hard to pick out the numbers. Like I'm doing number 21s right now. Some of the 21s look like 23 or vice versa. And oh, I am just having a heck of a time. So not only are they very tiny, but they're hard to read. So that's a double whammy. So I may, even though I want to finish it, and I just said once I finish something, once I start something, I finish it. Yeah, I may put that aside and do, I had gotten a couple of circle ones too, and those are just so much easier. So I may, yeah, put that one aside and do a circle one, either to finish it or just for a while, and then go back to the cat one. I don't know. Just to give my eyes a break. I don't even know how it's going to work at night. Actually, maybe I'll be able to see it better at night. I don't know. But I know my eyes were going crazy today. Yeah, I'm working on number 21, and that's, well, I worked a little bit on the black. But then I quit the black because I was having a hard time going around all the squares of the other colors, and black, of course, is the darkest color. So I thought, maybe it would be better to do the other colors first. So then I am doing browns, and there's a lot of this color too, and so this is the only color I've been working on. It's going to take quite a while to get that picture done. So I'm assuming the dog's book is going to be the very same thing. All right, let's go in with the pink, the dark pink. Hope I was on camera that whole while. I haven't been looking at my iPad. Oops, my bad. I don't know, are those colors just not going together? Yeah, I don't know if I like that. I wanted some contrasting colors, but I think this is way off. I'm just batting 1,000 today, you know. Ho hum. We finish it anyhow. After all, it is a mandala, and it is Jade Summer. This is a really pretty color, though. I like it. All right, then we go down here. So Maddie's big birthday party is next weekend. And yeah, I have to frame her diamond painting yet this weekend. And then her other big gift from us, Bob and I, she already got. Bob found a really good deal on a Barbie motorized four-wheeler. And it is a 12 volt, not just a 6 volt. Has reverse and everything on it. And when he went and got it, the battery was supposed to be good and everything. So Bob brought it home. Surprisingly, did not charge the battery. I still don't understand that, because if these people hadn't used it for a while, you know, you would assume the battery wouldn't have been charged at all or much. Well, it must have had a little bit of charge in it, because it did work a little bit on like the pavement it would go, but as soon as you got on the grass it wouldn't. And I'm like, oh heavens, that is not going to be good, because I kind of wanted her to use it in the backyard, so that we wouldn't be by the street in the front. And so I'm like, oh no, that is not good. And here, come to find out, the battery really wasn't holding a charge, because he did then hook up the charger to it. And yeah, it still wouldn't work real well. So yeah, the battery was not good and did not charge good. But seeing as how we had gotten a pretty good deal on it, we shopped around. I found a compatible battery on Amazon, which was half the price as if we would have bought one in town here, or in Wausau, because they wanted like 70 and up for a little beauty battery, you know, about the size of a, not even the size of a motorcycle battery. I mean, they're pretty tiny. I mean, they're not double A's or anything. Imagine how many double A's you'd have to put in that. You'd be spending way more than $70 on batteries. But yeah, 70 bucks for a battery. Oh, 70 to 80. And I found one on Amazon for like 35. And it is one that would fit this Barbie Jeep. So we had gotten it the other night, and or UPS, I don't think they've ever delivered this late, ever. They hadn't delivered it by like 7:30, and I thought, well, there's no way it's coming today anymore, right? Yeah, like, was it 7:45 or so? And UPS came. I'm like, oh my heavens, they have never come that late, ever. They've come late before, but I don't think they've ever come that late, even at Christmas time. And sometimes I don't understand what their delivery schedule is, because every once in a while I'll get the email that allows me to follow the UPS truck. It's called Follow Your Delivery. I don't know if you have that in your area or not. But then, so I will, you know, follow my delivery, and you can see where the UPS truck is. And, you know, it'll say, what does it say for the first one? Just that it's, you know, out. And then when it gets close to you, it says in your area. Well, they'll be down the street a couple blocks, and I'll think, oh good, they're going to be here pretty soon. Nope. They end up going way south of town or way north, typically south. Like miles and miles and miles, and it's like before noon that they're in town here. And yeah, they will go everywhere when they were only like 2 blocks away from me. And, you know, 4 or 5 hours later, by supper time, or later than that sometimes, they'll first deliver my package. Like, oh my heavens. I was right here. I could have ran down and got it. I don't understand how they make their routes. Okay, let's go with light blue back here. Bob hasn't said he wants his supper yet, so I don't know if he's working on the tires. I should go out and ask him, because he is very used to eating at certain times. Gets up, eats his breakfast at a certain time, at least during the week. Weekends he eats breakfast a little bit later, but 12 o'clock rolls around, you have lunch. 5 o'clock rolls around, you have supper. And that's that. All right, let's go in with the dark pink. So yeah, it's like 20 to 6 now, so I'm sure he's getting hungry. So I think we'll color a little bit more, and then I'm going to pause it. See if he wants me to make him something to eat. I am not going to eat until I am done. I think we'll just do the dark here too, because I don't want to take my phone down and have to reset back up for recording and try to get the lighting all right again, and it's just kind of a pain. But yet I can't leave my phone up here the entire time if I would eat. So I don't really ever turn the phone off while it's still up there, because it's connected via the Wi-Fi to the iPad, and it's just too hard to get at the phone and reset up things when it's up in the holder up there. So yeah. Okay, now maybe I'll do the light blue there too. You tell I'm just flying by the seat of my pants? Yeah, we'll do this. Yeah, we'll do that. I think I do want like a darker color for the border though, so we'll have to see what happens there. And it may be a color from in there, I don't know. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think I'm going to do this sky blue, this light blue here. And then I'm going to do the lights and dark pinks for these 4 things. They posed a question on the morning news the other morning. They always do this every morning. It's a question for everybody to answer on their Facebook page, and then they read off some of the answers on the morning news. This is our local news here. And their question on Friday was, who is your favorite nighttime talk host? Nighttime, yeah, is that right? Nighttime talk show host. And oh, they had a lot of different answers. I would have to say Stephen Colbert. I think he is hilarious. I used to always watch David Letterman, but I think Stephen Colbert is so much funnier than David Letterman even was. Excuse me. So yeah, I think they made a wise choice in selecting Stephen Colbert, because I liked, even when he had the Stephen Colbert Report show, I didn't get to see it that often, but he was pretty funny on that. Uh-oh, I'm getting a tickle in my throat. Oh, I hate it when that happens. And whatever side the tickle is on, that's the side of my throat that's the side of my face where that eye will start watering. So then I'll have tears streaming down my face. Bob's like, what is the matter with you? I got a tickle in my throat. He just laughs. Well, not laugh. He just kind of grins. Bob doesn't. He's not a laughing person. You will never hear him laugh. And once in a while, you'll get him to actually smile. And that's mainly when he's watching Funniest Home Videos. He will smile once in a while. And it's not that he's crabby or anything. He just, I don't know. And I'm the opposite. I laugh at just about anything. Oh, my heavens. Sometimes I'm listening to either a color tuber or some diamond painters. And, oh, Anne, she gets me in fits of giggles sometimes. Oh, my heavens. I just laugh at that girl. And this last time, Ella from Kicking Cancer's Butt, she's another one that is so funny. She's a diamond painter. And yeah, if you haven't heard of her, you should go check her out. She used to swear quite a bit on her channel, and I don't know if somebody said something. I said, I don't, she posed the question if it bothered anybody. And I says, I don't care. Typically a kid is not going to watch a diamond painting channel anyhow. And it's not like she got into hot water from YouTube or anything like that. But I do notice she does not swear at all anymore. So I guess she felt she was going to keep the channel more family friendly. But she is still so funny. Oh my heavens. She's another one that gets me laughing. I can't remember what she was talking about in this last video, but in my comment I had to leave her a comment that, she had me in stitches. I was laughing so hard. I don't know if it was something about farting or I can't remember what it was, but it was funny. Oh, Lordy. Again, it's the little things in life. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in a little bit with this light blue. And I think we'll do it here too. So it kind of looks like a background in through here. And I will do it on the other side. And then I'm going to go out and ask my honey if he's hungry and wants some supper. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll decide later if I'm going to make those light blue or not. I do hear he is working on the car though. He's working on the tires. So maybe I will color yet, because if he's doing that, I know he's not going to want supper yet. I'm surprised he didn't eat before that, unless he just didn't want to bug me. He knew I was doing this color and chat, so. But I told him to let me know. Probably didn't want to bug me. He's the most thoughtful man I have ever met. Just so considerate. I am so lucky. Yeah, believe it or not, we've been going out for 14 years. And I'm still lucky he's in my life. And he spoils Maddie terribly. He loves that little girl. But he doesn't have much patience either. Like if, the kids get too noisy, he hates them being on the iPad all the time, like Jaden. And it's true. He shouldn't be on the iPad all day long. So I try to get him outside, especially now that it's nice outside. He'll go out and he'll ride bike. or when the after-school kids are out across the street here, he likes to go play kickball with them. You know, and Bob will always make the comment, you know, he shouldn't be on that iPad all the time. And I said, I agree. But yet, when he is grounded from electronics and can't be on the iPad, he gets noisy because he's playing with Maddie. And you don't like the noise even more. Oh, he hates it when they're noisy. Ugh. It reminds me so much of my dad because he was the same way. Oh, my heavens. Especially if he was working on the day shift because he worked swing shift. So 1 week he'd be on days and 1 week he'd be on nights. I don't know how a person can live that way. How can your body ever adjust to being awake at night if the next week you got to be awake in the day? I mean, oh, to me that would just be extremely, extremely hard. But anyways, but yeah, the weeks that he worked days, then he would come home. Mom typically wasn't home yet, so it was our job to cook him supper. Mom would leave, you know, the meat out, or, you know, would tell us what she had planned for supper that night. And then, well, like when my older sister was home, she was the one who cooked. Once she moved out, then it was my turn to cook supper for Dad. Well, for all of us, not just Dad. And so then by the time supper was ready and stuff, Mom typically was home. And let's see, let's do a lighter pink down here. You know, so we would all eat supper. And then he, you know, Dad would watch the news while eating supper. And shortly after that, go to bed, because he would have to get up in the morning, you know, and I understood that. He was typically in bed by 6:30 or so. So, I mean, it was pretty early. Well, when all of us kids were home yet, you know, Mom had to try to keep 6 kids quiet. And he slept in the bedroom right off the kitchen. So it was downstairs, right by, you know, right on the other side of the living room where we all were, you know. And of course, you always want to get munchies or whatever at night. So, you know, we were in and out of the kitchen, and oh yeah, had to stay quiet. But we were kids. We were young. I mean, Mom couldn't even run the dishwasher at night after he went to bed. No. Not a good idea. Oh, man. Not that my dad was a real crabby pants, but there were just certain things you did and you didn't do. And, yeah, you learned them as you grew up. And, yeah, I think that was more old school. You don't hear that so much anymore. But as my generation grew up, you know, you listened more to Mom and Dad. Now it's you compromise with your kids. Okay. But times today are extremely different, aren't they? Let's see. Let's do this. We're almost done with this. Wow. Okay, I should have done it up on top right away too. Now I got to try to follow out what I did. Okay, am I on camera? So yeah, I still don't know what color I'm going to go around the outside with. And this is blue too. Okay. Yeah, it just amazes me how different things are for kids nowadays. I mean, in some respects, they have it made. And in other respects, they just definitely don't. There is so much stress growing up anyhow, even when I was a kid. And boy, when you look at the world now, right? Okay. You know, and even though we have all this technology and, you know, the cell phones and the computers and iPads, and there's just, the world is such a rush place. Look at the road rage now. God sakes. These people go crazy just because somebody got a parking spot that you wanted. It's like, simmer down. Now there was that other mass shooting in Virginia Beach. I'm like, oh. It's like there for a while. I think it was a daily basis. You heard of these shootings. It's like, when is it going to end? Or how is it going to end? I don't know if there's an answer. Doesn't matter if you try to take guns away. They really want to do something, they're going to get guns. I mean, it may slow things down a little bit, and I don't think anybody is trying to say that, you know, you can't have any guns, that all guns should be illegal, which is what I think some people are trying to say. You know, like hunters and stuff like that still want their guns. Well, I think hunting guns should be allowed. It's these automatic, you know, rifles and these, what are they called? Oh, not bump stocks. What are they called? What am I trying to think of? You know, where you can automatically reload, or they're, I don't know. I don't know exactly what they are, so I'm not even going to guess. But some of that stuff, yes, that should be illegal. So who knows? I just worry about, you know, what is the world going to be like when my grandkids or great-grandkids are, you know, growing up? Well, my grandkids are growing up already, but when they're adults. Or my great-grandkids are adults. Not that I'm looking for great-grandkids yet. I'm not that old. My grandkids aren't that old. Well, I shouldn't say that. My oldest grandson is 18, so I had his mom at 18, and Tanya had him at 18. So better not be recycling. Better not be repeating the cycle. Okay, what should we do with this outside rim? I'm almost thinking I want to draw back in one of these colors around the outside. I do love these 4 colors together, though. Kind of really makes the butterfly stand out. But don't you think I should take one of these colors, like maybe this, not the purple, because there's too much purple there. What was this color? That one was night blue. Maybe I will go around with that, so that we can bring back in a color from the butterfly. And that'll really kind of try to, you know, frame the whole picture. And I'm going to use the nib, and so that hopefully it won't bleed out quite as much. It'll take a little bit longer to get around, but Well, I guess I will get this whole picture finished before I have to make Bob supper. He came in for something, but he went back out, so must still be working on the van. He's always puttering around out there. Gives him something to do. If he just sits in the chair, he falls asleep. So he's got to find something to do. And it's true. If he sits for any length of time, he's out. He'll get up on Sunday morning or, Saturday morning. Typically a Sunday morning, because he kind of looks at Sunday as kind of resting, the rest day. But neither one of us really sleep in late at all. Like this morning I was up at 6:30. And, so we're up anywhere between 6 and 7. And yeah, if he doesn't get busy doing something, an hour later, he'll be sleeping in the chair. Probably not even an hour. He can sleep anywhere. I can't do that. It always takes me a while. Although I am much better than what I used to be. It does not take me an hour to fall asleep anymore. And then I would wake up throughout the night, and it would take me another, good half hour just to fall back asleep. So I was not getting restful sleep at all. And, that, of course, contributed more to the depression. So once they got my sleep kind of figured out, and now I don't even have to be on that medication anymore, and I'm sleeping good yet, so yay. And that makes such a huge difference when you get a good night's sleep. Oh, just like being out in the sunshine. Oh my heavens, it just felt so good to be sitting outside in the, it's not a port swing, it's one of those, those standalone swings. Lawn swing, I guess is what you would call it. And right now, because I don't have my patio furniture up from the basement yet, we have the swing up on the patio. And so it was just so beautiful out, and I couldn't spray the weeds anyhow, and I figured today was when I was going to mow lawn, so didn't mow lawn yesterday. So I sat out back with Bella for a little while and just soaked in the sun, and it just felt so good. Oh, just having warmer weather, having the days be longer. That's one of the worst things for me in wintertime, is such short days. Oh, I can't stand it when it's already getting dark at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, yeah, I think that blue looks good. So yeah, definitely the longer days help. So yeah, I always did have a touch of SAD, seasonal affective disorder. And they tried, they have those lights that you can sit in front of. And they had me try those, and they didn't really seem to do anything for me, so. But yeah, winter is always much worse time for me than summer. Not only, like I said, because of the longer days, but just the fact you're cooped up in the house. I don't do winter activities. I hate being cold. To me, the landscape is ugly because, the trees are bare. There's nothing but white on the ground, you know, there's no grass. I don't get to mow lawn. And shoveling kills my back. I cannot shovel. That bending over and picking up that heavy snow, nah, I cannot do it. I've tried. So there is our picture. Let me zoom you back out. Too far. There, how's that? What do you think? Do you think those colors behind the butterfly are okay? I guess I wanted something other than the same colors, because the butterfly would have got just way too lost in all the busyness of the backgrounds. So I'm hoping I should have maybe brought in this green instead, but I think it looks okay with the blue too. So, well, I thank you for joining me in on this longer color and chat. I'm not sure how long the first part was. I don't think it was too long, but we're over an hour now. So I know this color and chat will be over an hour. So yeah, thanks for joining, and I hope you enjoyed watching this color and chat, or at least listening to me if you are coloring your own picture or diamond painting or whatever crafting you're doing. And if you liked it, please hit the like button and click that bell so you know when I am putting up other videos, if you choose to subscribe to my channel. I hope everybody's having a great weekend, and again, I'm going to try to have this video up yet today on Saturday. So happy coloring, everybody. Bye.